After this week's school shooting at Marshall County High School in Benton, Western Kentucky, WBON TV is here at the Department of Criminal Justice Training near EKU's campus to talk to Assistant Director John Schwartz about the active shooter training they participate in for all cadets going through the program.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, they'll treat you like family. Come in and drive away in a new-to-you vehicle, courtesy of King Brothers, or visit kingbrotherscars.com to see their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Also of note, Governor Matt Bevin declared that today through January 30th, all Kentucky state flags will be at half-mast in honor of those who lost their lives in this week's school shooting.
The recruits receive training in active shooter, and we also provide in-service training on the topic, but the recruits receive training, and some of the things that are addressed in that training go to, once they arrive, that they're supposed to go towards where gunfire is. And it used to be, the old line of thinking was you'd stage for SWAT and wait till SWAT responds, and then SWAT would enter. And then after Columbine, they did a reassessment and decided that in preservation of life, it would be better if you can get people into the school faster. So then they went to something called rapid deployment, where they would wait for 4 officers to get together, and the 4 officers would enter. And then that's thinking shifted to now, if an officer shows up by themselves, their training tells them to go in and try and find the threat. 1 could be enough to overtake a shooter, or 12 might not be enough. There's no magic number. It's a matter of, I guess research had suggested that if you have 4, you can split up into teams of 2 and watch each other's back as you enter, because a lot of times you're going into a building where you might not be familiar with the layout, so having a partner or somebody to watch would benefit you. But like I said, there's no magic number of what's the right number. But right now, if it's 1 person, that person can make a difference. Active shooter training remains consistent as active shooter training. We don't adjust or adapt based on specific incidents. We continually research our topics to make sure that we're teaching best practices and that our training is adequate to address any threats that may arise, and the officers can remain safe and provide protection to the citizens. Students are given classroom lecture, and then they're given the opportunity to practice in what's called a practical exercise. So they're given the information, and then they're allowed to work with instructors at practicing the information that they got from the classroom. We're very confident that they're given the basic information. That's why it's called basic training. They're given the very basic information to be successful and safe and be able to protect their communities when they leave training.
Schwartz says despite the prevalence of school shootings as of late, their training remains the same because it's crucial for all going into law enforcement. For WBON TV here on EKU's campus, I'm Marissa Hempel.